Painting with Menoth John is presented in Super Legitivision. Super Legitivision, the future of podcasting. It's .com.
Hello, I'm
Menoth John.
and I'd like to welcome you. First of all, let me take just a moment to thank you for allowing me back into your homes. If this is your first time with us, let me extend a personal invitation for you to drag out your
miniatures
and paint along with us each week. Let's go over to the canvas here and let's get started. I believe, every day's a good day when you paint. I believe, it'll bring a lot of good thoughts to your heart. I believe, every day's a good day when you paint. I believe, it'll bring a lot of good thoughts to your heart. Let's build a happy little cloud. Let's build some happy little trees. There are no limits here. Start out by believing here.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, there ain't a goddamn limit to be found, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are. This is the Sunday Night Extravaganza. This is the Painting with Menoth John show. And you can better believe your sweet bippies, ladies and gentlemen, that there will be a sing-along at Warmachine weekend when we kick off Painting with Menoth John live at the Hobby Lounge Friday night, 8 p.m. Be there, be square. We are going to sing, I believe, together as a group, and we will celebrate our brush headiness all at once. Ladies and gentlemen, I am the president of Warmachine and Hordes. I am Menoth John, and this is the super legit, ultra sweet studio here at the basement here in Wisconsin. And with me, of course, I have the co-host with the mo-host, which I can't point to because somehow the camera is having issues with my hand. Mr. John Spencer. Say hello, Mr. John Spencer.
Hey, brushheads.
Oh, God, John, it's good to have you with me.
Oh, it's good to be here.
Every Sunday night, not every Friday night. Friday night, sometimes I do some things, but it was Friday night and Sunday night tonight, and we get on here, and we got a little bit of a new look for the template tonight, and we'll explain that here in a little bit. But before we get any further, ladies and gentlemen, we have with us a very special person that we bring on to the Painting with Menoth John show when we need that tech, that special tech. We're not talking about Ray Tech. We're not talking about vocational tech. We're talking about Warmachine's tech. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Will Pagani.
Hello, John and John.
It is fantastic. Your audio is amazing, and it is great to have you on the show.
Thank you. I'm very happy to be here.
It is terrific. We have some very special stuff here. Will, of course, is hot off of his trip to Ireland for the WTC. But we brought him on here for, ladies and gentlemen, in case you don't realize, a couple hours before the Painting with Menoth John show goes live, Road to War, which is also here on the Twitch, it goes live. And I think that I would urge you, if you want some high-tech talk about the WTC, get on over there to Road to War and watch their video. But we're going to have some good old-fashioned drunk dojo, bitches.
Woohoo!
Hell yeah. I've got, for my drink tonight, I'm having some pumpkin from Southern Tier in an Adepticon glass. John, what are you having?
I've got Fireball and Dr. Pepper mix and, of course, a shot of Kraken.
That sounds delicious.
Yes.
What do we call that? Do we have a special name for that drink?
Well, I've heard it called 1,000 Suns, but not from anywhere, reputable.
We got to come up with a better name for that because I plan on featuring that at the at Ron's Pub here in Wisconsin. So Fireball and Dr. Pepper, we will take some patrons, cronies, get involved. Let's name this drink. John, keep an eye on the chat room because I'm sure somebody will have something to say. Will, what are you having for this evening?
I have the Shinerbach Ruby Redbird, which is a ruby red grapefruit beer.
Oh, Shinerbach is good shit, too.
Delicious.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Mr. Will Pagani and the co-host with the I am Menoth John. This one's for you. Hey, Ron.
Ron.
There's not a lot of shows on the internet like Painting with Menoth John, and mostly that's because I'm not on them. And so we're going to have a good time tonight, and the first thing I want to do is I want to talk about a new sponsor that we have here, right here. I like Fiora's Fury, Taz 2021. Love that idea because it's spicy and hot. Fireball, I get that. We have a new sponsor here on the Painting with Menoth John show. You're going to see it right down here. That is KR Multicase. Yes, KR Multicase, purveyors of the fancy blue foam, and now available in many different colors. Your leading case manufacturer from the UK, and Sherwin Matthews, who is their lead of product development, reached out to me, and we formed a cohesive partnership, and we're going to be having some of the products sent in here to the test labs. I'm going to have Zaza the dog scratch it with her paw and see how that turns out. I'm going to have Snacky the cat sit in it and see if it supports a cat well. And, then we'll give all these details to you so that you know that KR Multicase is your choice for supporting the Painting with Menoth John show, not Rattleboom or, that other foam company that is down there in the Arizonas. I believe it might rhyme with Saddle Dome, and but we don't want to talk about them because they are not a sponsor of the Painting with Menoth John show, and they do have pink foam. Sassy Greyjoy, one of our newest patrons, she's a crony. She knows about the KR Multicase, and so there you go, KR Multicase. Yeah, there is the other guys, Discount Games Incorporated, Greenleaf Terrain, Games and Gears, but they're not as new and saucy as KR Multicase.
KR even has a pretty cool X-Wing foam, a little better than the other guys since it's a little more generic, not this ship fits in this slot only.
So what you're saying is that the KR Multicase is better than the Gabbleboom version of the X-Wing.
Sure,
okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Excellent. Kind of. Don't buy Gabbleboom. You have to buy the KR Multicase because tell them that Menoth John sent you, because that shit's gonna matter. All right, so there you go.
Nice.
All right. Fun, and also just a preview of coming attractions. As many of you know, I'm all in on the Guild Ball, and we're gonna have Sherwin Matthews, who moonlights from KR as the lore master at Guild Ball. So we're going to be talking all about the fluffy on the Guild Ball. I should have more of my Guild Ball models next week. I've finished painting my engineers and my my brewers, so I'll have the rest of those two factions coming in, and I'll be painting those, and we'll be learning a lot more about the background of the Guild Ball, which looks best in KR Multicase foam, but does not do as well in Dabble Rome. So don't confuse those. So I think we're doing good there. Also, don't forget, Beer Machine are in a strategic partnership. We're very cohesive and synergistic with the Beer Machine, and they are now twitching with us on the on the Twitch, and they come on. They were on earlier today twitching, and they were twitching earlier this week, and they may twitch more frequently along with the Pillars of Salt. So if it's the MJN bitches. So
trust me, Pillars of Salt is twitching right now.
There you go. Pillars of Salt's going to be twitching with us too. So fucking A and all that shit.
This is
Someone segue this shit.
All right. So we covered the sponsor shit, and we covered we got to talk about the new members. We got a couple new members we want to talk about of the cronies. Of course, we have a longtime crony, Ori Johnston, who wanted to let us know that he is going to be the Secretary of Canadian Relations, and as his first act, he is going to broker all trade agreements will be put back in place to easily and frequent trading of beverages across the borders. And with the approval of the president, he will release the next Kador he would like me to release the next Kador caster mounted on a moose. So I'm thinking the old witch on a moose.
sounds
Sure,
lovely.
why not?
Sure. I can see her. She's on a big old moose. She's got the claw things going on. Super sweet. So there you go. Moose Switch.
John, you need the next level. That you need to have Scrapjack also mounted on a moose.
Or is it or moose scrap? Maybe he's maybe the moose poops out Scrapjack every now and again. You
Wow,
know,
I wish I had
Chili
it
would
in my
approve.
mouth.
takes corpse tokens in, poops Scrapjacks out. So there you go.
That makes sense.
Totally makes
Yeah.
sense. I didn't know where to go with that one. And thank you, Pumpkin, for this rambling beginning of our show. Last one. Tracy Carter, you know and love her as Sassy Greyjoy, is going to be the Secretary of Poor Decision Making. We needed one of those because we weren't a cabinet entirely made up of poor decision makers. Unsure if you should charge or risk your caster? Have another drink. Don't worry about it. We'll make that decision for you and make you feel better about it afterwards. Like Evil, bad decisions are a matter of perspective. So she's going to fit right in here amongst the cronies. If you would like to be a member of the cabinet of the presidency for life of Menoth John, that's right down here, www.patreon.com/MenothJohn. Hey, you got $1 you don't know what you're doing with? Send it to me. What's the worst that could happen? I'll read shit out loud on the screen. You can put anything on there. I'll read it. Just give me your money. So, welcome to the presidency of Menoth John. Oh, and someone out there is missing happy poops. For those of you who are not having happy poops, I want to dedicate this next drink of pumpkin to you, that may things move smoothly for you this coming fall. Ron. You know, it sounds like I'm way more drunk than I am. And
It does.
And I'm not that drunk. It's just this whole beginning of this show has been an utter fucking disaster. So
I sometimes just got to go full silly.
it's been crazy. John, save the show. Let's talk about Grail facing off with Lilith 2. And I'm going to bring up the painting cam so I can bring up what a ridiculous caster Grail really is.
Well, speaking of silly, one of my locals, he's gone through a bunch of different names. Let's just call him Fox, because that's one of his names.
Not to be confused with the other Fox.
He's playing Legion now. He used to play Circle. And he's been playing a lot of Lilith 2. And I think he paired her with Veil 1 this past time. And he told me, he's like, oh, which one do you want to play? I'm like, I don't care, dude. Just play what you want. He's like, I'm going to play Lilith 2. Now, in my mind, I feel like I should bring probably Chromac into that. But instead, screw it. Just drop Grail straight into that shit. So my Grail list is Grail, a Stalker, a Feral, a Gorax, a Wilder, Stones with the UA, full Blood Trackers with Nuala, and Will's going to start twitching here soon. Full Wolves of Ouroboros with UA.
I actually love those guys.
Oh, excellent. Lord Morag, and also, what the hell is his name? Lord of the Feast, that guy.
Oh, me and Lord of the Feast are bros right now.
I know. It's like the Lord of the Feast updates were some of the best shit to come out of WTC. I killed 433 guys last turn with my Lord of the Feast.
I love that guy.
He is super cool, and Storm Ranger just makes him absolutely bonkers silly.
Oh yeah, that shit shouldn't be legal.
Yeah. So looking at that, and I'm looking, and he's got 3 Ravagors, 2 Bolt Throwers, a Naga, and then a bunch of Fury Management. And we got a fairly live scenario. It's the one with, Fire Sport, something like that. 2 flags sort of off center and an objective for each that's sort of contesting your friendly one.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever scenario that is, I don't remember off the top of my head. So I decide I'm just going to go just straight screaming at him. I'm like, he can't kill it all. Based on the table, he chose to go second to take the side that had a wall part of the way up the board to deny me the wall. So first turn, I literally just everything straight screaming at him. You know, the Feral takes cover on one side. The Stalker manages to get up on a hill a little bit. Lord of the Feast takes some cover behind a building. Wolf Lord Morag just straight up hides behind a building. I didn't give him line of sight. I'd put, of course, Storm Rager on Lord of the Feast because he's the best early target for it. And his turn, he literally just sat there and like, I'm going to pop feet. And he just decimated my blood trackers. And then his Ravagors and Bolt Throwers took shots at mostly the Stalker and a couple blood trackers. Did not manage to kill the Stalker. He, he wasn't able to aim like he normally likes to do. He moved forward a bit with most of those guys. And one of his guys he did aim with, the first one he fired with, ended up being out of range, which was super cool for me. Did manage to do some damage with a scatter. So not losing a Stalker to his feet is good. Losing almost my entire blood trackers is bad.
Fact.
But, you deal with it. So next turn, I continue the plan. Straight screaming in. I get Grail into the flag because hiding behind my objective isn't going to save me for the entire game. So I figure screw it. Maybe try and convince him to try and kill me, waste some resources that way. I got the Gorax, who's not going to do a damn thing in this game, to sit there and suck up some transfers. So what the hell? Engage a ton of stuff with all the wolves, because reach and their speed gets them up there pretty quick. And then the Lord of the Feast just goes to town on a bolt thrower and makes it regret life. Literally, I walk around the corner, I shoot the bolt thrower, and then manage to hit it and a Forsaken, and he kills that Forsaken like it's not even there. I mean, Mat 10, POW 15, that's the good stuff.
Oh, yeah.
This continues. He does he manages to kill the Stalker, cleans out some wolves, doesn't really take any shots on my on Grail. Takes some shots to Feral, manages to kill the mind on it, or kill the spirit on it, which is unfortunate, but fire goes out, so that's not bad. I've got a straight line to Lilith. Hells yeah. I have to warp speed, but, Mat 9, Feral into Lilith. This is good times, right? I hit with 2 of my attacks.
Oh,
Just 2.
no. Oh, no.
So I'm like, oh well. But on the other end, I do manage to clear everything around the flag, pretty much hold it in place. If it's going anywhere, it's taking free strikes. I kill the other objective. Morag manages to finish off the one bolt thrower, and then light Cav back into base with the flag, which was super awesome. And Lord of the Feast digs deep. He's he's got a Shepherd, the Succubus, and 2 Ravagors in reach. It's super great. And his turn, he realizes he has one choice, which is really to kill Grail, who's camping 4 transfers.
Seems difficult.
Glides Lilith, comes forward, does all this stuff, kills a bunch of stuff. Every time with Lilith, he's shooting one of my guys and then taking the extra shot into Grail, which I thought was really, really good idea. I mean, unless he rolls shitty, he's getting a free shot out of it, free model out of every one of those. Wrong Lilith on the screen, but long story short, his dice don't catch fire. I mean, trying to kill, he can't really aim with anyone. Trying to kill a defense 15, armor 16 caster is not easy. So he misses just enough attacks that Grail lives, and on my turn, I managed to actually kill Lilith with the Lord of the Feast because she has no transfers. I would have won on scenario because he really only had one Forsaken contesting the flag where Grail was. And he's like, oh, I'm going to stand right here where you can't melee me and be in base of the flag. And I'm like, I have sprint, right? I have sprint and 6 Fury to do nothing to do with, or 5 because I've kept Storm Rager because it's super fun. I mean, I don't know how many mistakes he made, but he just does not contest in scenario. I don't know how Lilith does it in scenario. I mean, I was scared out of my life. I thought he had that game hands down. I figured I was just, helping him get some reps in, but...
That list is very assassination-oriented.
Oh, yeah. But I sat there and, best thing I can say to you guys is when you're playing something like that, just come up with a plan. Go this is how I feel I could win this game. And just go to it. Don't think about anything too fancy. Sometimes run screaming at the ranged army and engage the crap out of it is the answer.
Absolutely.
Cool.
I feel like he did some really good stuff with his models to clear him off and get as many shots as he could, but The second thing is you can't ignore scenario. Holy crap. You just cannot. If you ignore scenario, someone's going to get those lucky points, and then it puts you in a bad spot.
Yeah, it makes you have to go for things that you shouldn't have to go for, or shouldn't.
Yeah.
The odds you don't like.
Exactly. Yeah. So there you go. There's Grail. I'm like 4-0 with Grail. Yeah. Having a good time.
But before we get into a bunch of drunk dojo, let's talk a little bit about your recent love here, Will, of the Haley 3. I would bring her up on War Room, but that's not possible.
Yes, it is. It is certainly not possible, and it's really annoying, actually. Because every time I play, my opponent's always like, "Can I see your card?" I'm like, "Well, I don't have it. And it's not in War Room." So thanks, guys, for that in War Room. Yeah, she's a ton of fun. She has all sorts of little tricks that I love. There's like the Force Hammer stuff with young Haley. There's the Revive stuff with old Haley. You can get your shooting units out of melee with Ghost Walk. Like, what is the Signar caster doing with Revive and Ghost Walk?
I know, right? It's like
so weird.
All of a sudden, it's like Menoth, Crix, and Signar had a love child, and it turned out to be Haley 3.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe that's
then, like,
maybe that's what the high reclaimer's keeping quiet about.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
He doesn't have to speak.
He lets it do the talking.
He's got the smoldering gaze.
Yeah. All of a sudden, it's turned into a Lemon episode. That's fantastic.
Yep.
Hey, look, that's still better than her actual fluff.
It's really true. Her actual fluff is pretty bad.
Yeah. Oof.
But I'm pretty much in love with Temporal Flux. Like, it's a really, really powerful
So
spell.
good.
Gives all your models within 5 inches of one of the 3 Haleys +2 defense, and gives all enemy models -2 defense. So it just ensures that your guys are hard to hit and theirs are really easy to hit, and that's incredibly powerful. And she's essentially a base defense 18 caster with it. So
Yeah.
that's pretty ridiculous.
So when you're building your lists, Will, how are you building them? What's kind of the core concept that you're using with her, that you're building your lists around?
Well, so for me, I always try and identify what I want the caster to do. Mm-hmm. So with Haley, I was like, okay, I want to abuse Revive, and I want to abuse Temporal Flux. And then I want to have enough shooting so that if I get a Force Hammer, I can assassinate. So I have like a Defender, I have a Minuteman, both of which are excellent at finishing off knockdown casters. I have the Dwarves, the Forge Guard, that are very good Revive targets with Murdoch.
Sure.
And then I have Trenchers that are base defense 13 up to 15 with Temporal Flux that are very difficult to deal with. And then honestly, like even the Dwarves just jumping up to defense 10, or 12, I'm sorry, is like a huge swing against like Mat 6 stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
like all of those units work really well together.
So you're also, the Dwarves, I assume, are taking advantage of the fact that you've got those trenchers in there, which are providing them a line of sight denial that is also very powerful for them as well.
Absolutely. It's an excellent way to deliver them. And then I have Maxwell Finn in my list, who can Desperate Pace the Dwarf unit as long as, what's his name? Murdoch is alive, because they're a trencher unit while he's in the unit. And then you can also use the Veteran Leader on your actual unit of trenchers, which really helps out with their pretty mediocre Rat 5 up to Rat 7 now. And then they can 2-man up to Rat 9, which is very, very likely to hit. And at POW 13, they will kill most other infantry models in the game.
Well, that's terrific. Well, that sounds like a really powerful core to that list. And for those brushies out there that are hearing this, we bring Will on because dude's accomplished, and he thinks of these kinds of things. So, a lot of times we try to keep to the hardcore casual, but sometimes we like to bring on a little bit of the serious firepower. And I'll tell you what, with Haley 3 and that rolling smoke, and getting the, you park those now. Her Temporal Flux is obviously going to stack with the smoke of the trenchers. If you didn't want to straight up deny the line of sight, you could get them up to 14 pretty trivially.
Well, so they're base 13, so Flux puts them at
13.
15. The smoke puts them at 17.
Wow.
And then you can even, with the Piper, put them up to 18. Defense against shooting.
Yep. And
that Piper tends to be used for Haley Haley herself when I see it.
Well, to me, it depends on how many Ravagors are going to try and shoot me. But
Fact.
the answer is one or more.
Yeah, we have a plethora of locally right now.
Well, that's great. I appreciate you sharing that with us, Will. That's, getting that's when Will grabs onto a caster or a faction, hang on, because there's going to be some exciting stuff that's going to be coming at you in the next year. That's for darn sure.
Yeah, and Signara is, I don't know, I feel like it's pretty unexplored in the past, like, year and a half, 2 years since Stormwall came out. A lot of people haven't really been creating new lists and new ideas. So I'm excited to get in there and try out all this new stuff, like Minutemen, for example, I think are amazing, that are very underutilized by a lot of people. So I'm excited to use all this stuff and try it all out.
Speaking of new stuff, well, that's the kind of segment the kind of segue we look for here on Painting with Menoth, John. On behalf of all the brushies out there, we're gonna bust loose on some drunk dojo night now. So, hey, the first segment was enough of a goof up. Let's keep it going. Hey, Ron.
Ron.
Man alive, this booze is going down too smooth tonight. All right, folks. So we're gonna start off. We sent out some messages to the cronies and the brush heads to try to get an idea on who we would like to see some drunk dojo done with. And if you remember the last drunk dojo we did, the theme was fire eaters, and we got some really exciting stuff that came out of that. King of the North, Bubba Dalton, and Rich Brotman from the Beer Machine podcast, we all kind of ganged up and did. That's what Fire Mountain came out of. And we're gonna be rocking the Jarl hard at Warmachine weekend. Well, today I thought, we saw these new pictures of the Death Wolves that just came. We've gotten a chance to see their models, and they're exciting.
They're super legit. I will have them as soon as I can.
It looks so good.
Some of the most beautiful circle models I can think of, and I had kind of forgotten about them, to be honest with you.
We hadn't, had we, Will? They were in our mind.
No. I'm still not sure where I want them, but I'm excited.
I know. They're good in almost any list, with a handful of exceptions, I think.
So
they're very self-sufficient.
So let's talk a little bit briefly about the card. I've got the card up here on War Room Cam, sponsored by KR Multicase. I'm just gonna put that out there. Man, I'm fucking good at marketing. Just for the record.
You're in the wrong business, John.
Seriously, I'm wasting my time making coffee. So let's talk a little bit about here. So the Death Wolves are Speed 6, Strength 7. Who gives a fuck about Strength? They're Mat 7, Rat 4, Defense 14 with an 8-inch command. They got the Pathfinder. They got the chevrons.
That's officer.
Thank you very much.
He's the officer.
Whatever. They got the chevrons. They got the symbol that I could give a fuck about. They've got the Fearless, and the Headsman's axe has a POW 13 reach. That's some strong medicine right there, that POW 13 reach.
Especially once you get gang.
Yeah, POW 13 is actually at that point where you can threaten a lot of things in the game.
Yep, absolutely.
Before gang POW 15, that's a whole different deal there. That's legitimately scary. So
this is for Skull, which is Danish for have a drink. So I like this guy.
Yeah, that's true.
He's got the Cannibal Magic, not to be confused with the Cannibal Sandwich. He's got the Cannibal Magic. So he begins the game with a corpse token, and when damage rolls against its models exceeds its arm, it can spend that corpse token to suffer 1 damage point instead of the total rolled. So if you are unlucky enough to let this asshat have cannibal tokens, or whatever the fuck it's called, he basically becomes the book. Fuck you, Cannibal Magic.
It's really good because you can wait to see how bad it is. Oh, you did 3 damage? I'll take 3 damage. That's okay. 10? 5? No, I'll take 1.
It's just the 1, please.
Yep.
I am both happy and upset that the Lord of the Feast does not have this.
Yeah, if Lord of the Feast had that, my God.
Yeah, broken.
That would be worth 4 points.
Broken, you say?
Yeah. It'd be well worth 4 points. Holy crap.
Granted Overtake, because fuck you. He's got Heart Eater. This model gains a corpse token each time it destroys a living model with a melee attack. The model can have up to 3 corpse tokens at a time. So there you go. Remember to bring 4 people into Skull all by himself, because otherwise it's not going to matter. And then we have Tala, who I'm karmically aligned with, because apparently that was the model I decided to put my face on for the picture. She's also got the cannibal magic. She's got the granted prowl, because she's not a pain enough in the ass. And she's got the Heart Eater. And then she's got the cleft sword, not to be mistaken with a cleft hoof, which is a sign of the devil. And you don't want to be associated with the devil. And the cleft sword gives you the powerful charge, which is the +2 to charge attack rolls with that weapon. So that would bring her up to a mat of 9.
Yeah.
9. They say there's no equality in these games anymore. You know, that women are beaten down, that they're held back. I say Tala is evidence against that. She's 2 better. And then we've got the cannibal magic on the Caleb, not to be confused with Caleb Huss, formerly of the Focus and Fury podcast. This one is useful. Cannibal magic, got the gang, and got the Heart Eater, and he's got an Iron Claw. You know, who don't like an Iron Claw? That's what I want to see.
He's got 2 Iron Claws, technically.
Combo strike. Hello. He thinks he's a Slayer. But you can't shoot Caleb's arm off in 1 round because he's got the thing. He's got the cannibal magics. So, fuck you, Caleb. That's all I got to say. So that's who we're going to drunk dojo tonight. And I'm going to mostly rage. And I'm going to turn to you guys mostly to do something useful with this podcast.
Oh yeah, well let's save John from this segment, shall we?
Indeed.
Now we did a little Facebook talk. Wasn't anything big, but a little brief discussion on who they may be good with. Who do you think they're best with right now?
Well, I actually think they're very independent. Like, they don't really require much. You want something that can give them prowl, essentially. So a list that's already taking druids comes to mind. Something that utilizes like a very forward unit of swamp gobbers. Morphana 2 with Fog of War. All of these things are going to be very important to them. Because if you can shoot them, like they lose a lot of effectiveness, right?
Oh yeah, 14/14 is pretty solid, but it's not solid enough to be taking shots.
Correct. And like they can take 1 shot, right? So if it's okay if you have like a Black 13th guy that ignores stealth or whatever. Yeah. That's fine. But you don't want to like run them out of unit of gun mages. So I don't think you're going to want them for your Signar drops. I don't think you're going to want to play them too much in the Legion. But other than that, I think they're going to be really solid, and I don't think they need very much from their caster. With Gang, they're mat 9, which is crazy. So like hitting isn't really an issue. Their POW is reasonable at either 15, 13, or 11, which is pretty good against infantry. And honestly, with Cannibal Magic, you just want to play them into living models.
Yeah, so you just want to run into a bunch of them. And actually, Skull, I feel like, might be the main heavy lifter of that group, even though he's only got 1 attack. That reach with Overtake is going to have him engaging a ton of stuff.
Which is great, because that triggers all your gangs. And then you can get all these corpse tokens, and then you become really difficult to kill with Cannibal Magic. You have to get hit 2, 3, 4 times. And at defense 14, it's not exactly easy to hit. So they reminded me a lot of Lord of the Feast as this unit that just kind of gets in there and then is not very easy to remove. Like, you have to really put something meaningful into them. You can't just have, like, Shepherd walk up and poke it or something.
Yeah, no.
So, yeah. And I think... Now, like, delivering them is the issue, right? Like, getting them to the units. So, I think a caster that can do that is really what we're looking for with them.
So you're looking at, a Cassius, a Mosar, technically Kaya 1, though I'm not sure you'd bring them with Kaya 1. She really wants to go beast heavy. Or maybe Morvana 2, though they kind of scornergy with her...
You don't want to give him Carnivore, that's for sure.
Yeah, you don't want to give him Carnivore. But, I mean, honestly, you're going to take another infantry unit with her, so it's not like that's a big deal. Yeah. And you can't bring them back with the feet, so...
I mean, like, Morvana 2 I don't think is bad. I think you would want him as kind of a counterpunch unit. So if you line up, let's say, oh god, what are they called? It's been so long. Skinwalkers. If you line up like a big unit of Skinwalkers and they get charged by a bunch of infantry and a bunch of them die, and then you go in with the Death Wolves and kill a bunch and feed back your unit of Skinwalkers, I think would kind of be your best bet with that kind of thing. And like you need to hit Iron-Fleshed Kazis, fine. You can carnage them.
Yeah.
So I just
At
saw.
that point,
I'm sorry, I just saw from the chat room a question about Balder. Do you think Balder brings something interesting to this unit?
Balder can deliver him because his feet will get them there. Because
I'm assuming Balder won.
Yeah, Def 18 because of cover will make them functionally immune to a lot of shooting.
Correct, and Undergrowth will trigger Prowl.
Yeah,
Not Undergrowth. That's the Megalith thing.
Wild Growth.
Overgrowth. Wild Growth. There's a lot of growths going on.
There's far more growth. I mean, we saw on Facebook earlier this week. We talked about foot fungus. There's a lot of growth going on right now.
So I actually think they would also use Stone Skin very well. Like once they get stuck in, the next turn you can just Stone Skin them. They walk their 5 inches. They murder the rest of the unit infantry around them, and there you go.
Do you think Kruger 1, giving them all reach all the time, could be some value there, or you think that's better saved for another unit?
It's certainly got potential. I'm not sure it's what we want, though.
Yeah.
Like, it kind of has Lord of the Feast issue, where if the Electroleaf kills the model, they don't get a corpse token.
That's true.
So
let's...
It requires you to be way more careful with the placement, and that's not necessarily what you want.
Especially with the overtake, you might end up messing up a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
In the interest of pandering to the chat room, which is something we do here on Painting with Menoth, John.
Sure.
Let's take Balder. Okay, let's take Balder 1 and the Stone Cleaver, if you will.
Yep.
And let's start building a list with Balder the Stone Cleaver that includes the Death Wolves and tries to take advantage of them to max effect. So what do we look? So we've got the Death Wolves, we've got Balder. I mean, obviously, when one thinks of Balder, we think of constructs. Will, John, what are you thinking for a battle group for Balder the Stone Cleaver?
I immediately jumped to Megalith.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like Megalith with
makes a
Stone
lot of
Skin
sense.
is crazy good.
And Earth Spike is a really good spell to pop out too.
It absolutely is. Absolutely. So I really I definitely want Megalith in this list. It also lets you cycle around Stone Skin, which can be really, really good. So
absolutely. You've got that Geomancy going on. You can start cycling that, hot swapping that stuff around.
So we're definitely out of tier, obviously, because we're playing Death Wolves. So that just immediately, to me, just says Blood Trackers.
Blood Trackers. Oh,
Blood Trackers are also really good. Maybe one of the best Stone Skin targets in the game.
Yeah. So they go to PAL 13 against their prey. Balder makes them immune to blast damage, which is one of the biggest ways to kill them. Which then immediately makes me think of Witch Doc Croc, who will make them tough. And then you have the no knockdown from solid ground as well.
And if you need to, you could even make the Death Wolves tough, which would make them even more of a pain in the ass.
Yeah, that does not sound fun for your opponent.
I would assume we're going to put Nuala. I would assume we're going to put Nuala in the list.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I figured that's what we were going to do. I just wanted to make sure that we had that agreement going in here. We want to make sure that we're fully aligned here. We want synergistic. We want cohesive, and we've got Balder with Megalith. We've got the Blood Trackers with Nuala and a Witch Doc Croc, and then we've got the Death Wolves. So we've got so far from an infantry standpoint, we've got a high defense unit with a lot of staying power in the Death Wolves. We've also got the Tharn Blood Trackers, who are sitting there with the stealth and with tough on them, or tough onto the Death Wolves, whichever way you want to float it. What are we looking at for our next level? So we've got fast, and we've got hard to get rid of. Are we looking at some skinwalkers, or what are we thinking about here?
Well, so we already have 2, maybe 3 targets if you count Megalith for Stone Skin. So I feel like skinwalkers would really want Stone Skin, and we're kind of already overloaded on what would want that.
Yep.
So
and
I
you
think
can
we're
start
looking
getting in your own way then,
Yep.
Yeah. And so I really think we're starting to look for something that can crack some armor. So Megalith only goes to POW 18 with
Stone Skin.
With Stone Skin. So I would immediately go towards the Wold Guardian.
Oh,
So probably one of those would be my guess.
ooh, a Wold Guardian. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I'm down with Roll Guardian. I was thinking, based on what I've been dojoing myself, a Feral, but that's me. I know you don't like Feral so much.
I actually do like ferals quite a bit.
Oh.
But it's purebloods that I hate.
Oh, is it pure
God,
blood?
do I hate them.
Which is funny because they're actually really good against like the Haley 3 and all.
Yeah.
But yeah, I could
they're
go with-
certainly up in the world.
I feel like the free charge probably makes the Wold Guardian just as good a choice as the
Sure.
Feral.
So whenever I play Wold Guardians, I always try and have Black Clads for the +2 inches on your charge.
Yeah.
So let's put
So to
put a
me-
Black Clad in there.
And then I don't know. We're just kind of going with like Pagani stream of
We're
consciousness here.
spitballing
Oh,
here.
yeah.
We're spitballing here.
So if we do like 2 Black Clads, that immediately makes me want acceleration for Black Clads. So that brings me to Una and a Rotterhorn.
okay, we're gonna get
I'm
Una
down.
here.
It's also shooting support. I was going to suggest
Yeah. It clears up the blood trackers really well.
I was going to suggest a large Wold Shrimp, but if you're going to do her in, you don't need that.
Now I'm seeing on in the chat room a little bit some question about shrimp, and I'm also hearing some questions about Getorix.
So Stone Skin on Getorix is ridiculously good, as
Yeah.
is Solid Ground, which stops them from getting knocked down. But you always got to remember that you're pairing this list with a second list. So if you can get by without using your characters, you want to try and do that so that you can
And you've
save
already got Una and the Nuala in here. You don't want to go too
Exactly.
crazy. Plus
Exactly.
Megalith.
So if you just like load up this list with like Getorix, Megalith, Una, Fire and Blood Tracker, sure, you're going to have a great list, but your other list is not going to be very good.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I love this list so far.
So you think Swamp Gobbers just to maybe help out with the Death Wolves?
So yeah,
It's also
I
good for
see-
good to protect Balder in certain
Oh.
points of the game.
I just love Swamp Gobbers. Like they
Yeah,
could
they're
have
good.
basically every list. So
Is there-
I would love to see a unit of Swamp Gobbers.
Okay,
here.
let's think about the Swamp Gobbers for a second, but I want to throw this out here before we get too crazy. I want to think about the Croak Raiders. Is there any reason why we would want a Croak Raider unit in here? There doesn't seem like there's a lot of synergy here.
Now the circle doesn't have enough fire to really make it worth taking Croak Raiders in most cases.
Okay.
So they do compare favorably with Blood Trackers. If it was Blood Trackers without Nuala in this particular list, I would consider it, but Nuala just changes it to
Fair
Blood
enough.
Trackers better.
Fair enough. I'm a card carrying member of the Croak Raider fan club, so I got to throw them in anywhere I can. And so
We've done a lot of local dojo about Blood Trackers without Nuala versus Croak Raiders, especially with Balder, since he can help against blast damage.
Yeah. I mean, armor 14 on the Croak Raiders gets them through most blasts, but in general, I think Blood Trackers and Circle are going to replace most of the slots the Croak Raiders would hold.
Yeah,
So.
I mean, actually, against Legion, I feel like the Croak Raiders gain a little bit of value because you don't care about stealth so much anymore.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Certainly
but-
agree there.
okay, guys, so
Um,
we're down to our last 7 points.
So we definitely need a unit of Shifting Stones, because that's the
Yeah.
whole point of the Una Rotterhorn.
The big
block.
unit, yeah.
So you may as well put in the unit with the UA.
Okay. I'm adding that in right now. Okay, so we got that.
Okay.
We're down to 4
So,
points.
one of the things that I really love with Una is if you can primal the Griffins on her. So, I'm not sure a Gorax is good here because we don't have any other living beasts, but that is something that I always like.
I feel like if you take the Gorax, we might go back to the
Yeah, I think
talking
we're
about
gonna
the
hit
Pharaoh instead.
Well, I actually think we're going to do a Stalker because it has reach.
We don't have points for the Stalker and the Gorax. We'd be over 1 point.
So we got to find them. Those gobbers aren't looking so good anymore.
So what I'm hearing here
I-
is, go ahead, John.
I would probably take the Feral just because he's got some stone skin toughness because you could stone skin and he can warp for armor and be sort of like if you will a ghetto Getorix.
Yeah.
A
see
ghetto
what you did
Rex. I see what you did there. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So what?
Well, I do like the Wold Guardian. Honestly, we when you change that, you start to change the idea of the Black-clad Wayfarers again.
It's
You
true.
know?
It's true. We do have a ton of anti-infantry in the Blood Trackers and the Wolves. So Una
Yes.
and the Blackclads may actually be the wrong call. Like, we may have enough already that can kill that stuff.
Yeah.
Which could get us, like, Stalker, Gorax,
mean, I'd actually be happy with putting a Gorax in even without another living beast. I mean, Primal isn't necessary. Like, honestly, a Gorax is actually a perfectly serviceable beast by itself.
Oh yeah, it's crazy for 4 points. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
So let's put a Gorax in, and then let's have a discussion about if we want to do something different with the points that we have right now, because that makes a full list right there. If we just put the Gorax in as a primal bot, then that's what we got.
But I mean, it kind of fails as a primal bot because the only thing to primal is that Griffin.
Yeah.
But so
Well, there is that, I guess.
so what we could do is we could cut the Gorax, we could cut Una and the Rotterhorn, and then that gives us 10 points. So we could do another Wold Guardian, and then we could cut the Swamp Gobbers, and we could get a second unit of stones to place the Wold Guardians.
Yeah, and extra healing occasionally isn't bad.
Okay, so
Absolutely.
I added a Wold Guardian. Whoa! I just hit the camera. That was super awesome. And I have 1 point to do what with?
We're going to remove the Swamp Gobbers and put in the second unit of Shifting Stones.
Yeah.
Got it.
Oh, that was a Wold Warden. We want a
God.
Wold Guardian.
Damn it.
Yeah, Wold Warden's
Alcohol.
not quite as good as we want.
Fuck you. Wold Guardian. There. Boom. That's better. And then we cut that, and then we add in another unit of Shifty Stones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, so that's
And-
56 points, bitches.
And I like it a lot because, like we already kind of said, we don't want to play into Legion and Signar. And I think that the Wold Guardians, the double Wold Guardian, actually really helps against both of those lists because the Animus makes it very resilient to shooting. So it's going to kind of like round out that matchup a little bit. And then, of course, like the Wold Guardians with Stone Skin are pound 19. So they will definitely kill Storm Walls and all sorts of Legion heavies. And with the 2 units of stones, you can really place them forward to get there, whereas you can't charge with Stone Skin. So
Yeah, and you
The
got the
Black
Blackclads for the extra anti-infantry and occasional charges.
So they can really help Megalith get up there if he doesn't start with Stone Skin. So you can charge with Megalith before your melee attack, Geomancy Stone Skin onto yourself, and you're about 18 with 2 extra inches and a free charge.
And actually, with 2 Blackclads, you can actually even get 2 units of 2 members of a unit hit with that, and then your Death Wolves can get a little further.
Yep.
Not going to happen too often, but sometimes it could get you just where you need to be.
Yeah, definitely.
So this is an officially annoying as fuck list. I mean, when you look at it, you've got some very hard to deal with beasts. You've got the Witch Doctor. Whoops, I'm sorry here. We got the Witch Doctor giving out the tough to the Blood Trackers, which, you hope don't ever get tough, but then there they are. You've got some Blackclads for the extra distance on some, arguably maybe some slower beasts, but now all of a sudden they're faster because of being able to mark the targets. Then you've got the Shifting Stones also increasing the threat range. It's a list that has, especially in certain parts of it, some deceptive speed to it. And I really like this list, guys. I mean, once again, Drunk Dojo bringing you the tech before it happens.
And it actually really shows off what Will and I were saying about the Death Wolves being kind of a unit that goes off and does their own thing. They're going to get almost no support from the caster in this, and they don't need it. He gets just enough for them.
Well, if they hide out in the rapid growth forest, they're going to have stealth, which is amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're immune to blast damage. So they're stealth immune to blast damage, which is a very powerful combination.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you end up needing to tough them, you can tough them, and there'll also be no knockdown. So
Yeah, and
I
their
think
second wave, like we were talking about earlier, with the Blood Trackers being advanced deploy, so...
Absolutely.
Really, really, really enjoying this list, guys. I have to tell you, this is good times. I love this. When Drunk Dojo is its best is when we kind of come up with these interesting ideas that are not what's being played in the meta today, and are really doing some interesting different things. So, folks, for the patrons out there, getting over there at www.patreon.com/menothjohn, I will be publishing this list for the patrons, for the cronies, and we'll make sure we catch this one. We've got one more Drunk Dojo we'd like to do if you're game, Will.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Party.
we're gonna save the changes to this. You goddamn right, we're gonna save the changes. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna bring up here the face cam because, really people tune in to see this, all all 47 years of this, and so we had a request from Sherwin, who is the head of product development for KR Multicase, also the lore master for Guild Ball, karmically aligned with Guild Ball. And we are going to talk a little bit about Alara, the whatever the fuck she is.
Something of the third chamber.
The something of the third 53rd.
Tower of the third chamber, yep.
Man, I'd like to see her third chamber. Anyway, there you go. Woo! That was pretty good.
Where is the third chamber? I don't really know about two.
We're going to find out, I'll tell you that. All right, so here we go. Here's Alara of the combat thong, tactical combat thong, thank you, if you will. I'm going to go ahead and bring this up on the War Room cam, brought to you by KR Multicase, and because I said so. And so here we go. This is she's got two spells that you don't give a fuck about. The first one is
I actually care about one of them. I care about one of them.
Battle charged. Okay.
Yep.
Cost 2, range self. It's an upkeep. While in this model's control area, models in the battle group gain counter charge. And then Convection, the shittiest nuke in all the shitty nukes. And then she's a journeyman warcaster. She has sidestep, which is super cool. And she has on her sickle, not to be confused with her scythe, extraction. When a living enemy model is destroyed by this attack, allocate 1 focus point to a warjack in this model's battle group that is in its control area. She's a focus 4 junior. Nobody wears a tactical combat thong the way Alara does. I have only recently been dipping my toe back in the Retribution, mostly around Tyrone, because Tyrone is legit. And I guess Sherwin would like to see us do a little bit of drunk dojo about this lovely lady of the Northern Forests. Let's go ahead and let's think a little bit about, given these statistics that we see here on the KR Multicase card cam. I just came up with a new name for it, the card cam.
Oh my.
Yeah, we're innovation, bitches. She is a speed 6, strength 6, mat 6. That's 666. She is the model of the beast.
Not confused with the cleft hoof.
Exactly. You don't want to confuse her with a cleft hoof. She does not have a cleft hoof. She does have a... Never mind.
No.
Defense 15, arm 14, command 7. She has 2, count them 2, non-weapon master POW 10s. God damn, I find it hard to get excited about this model. Anyway, we're going to build some shit around this.
I actually like her, and actually, since you were talking about Thyron, she would actually be good with Storm Rager, but, I mean, what solo isn't?
So I've thought about that. Damn it. And in my list called Long Dick Style, I thought, well, that'd be super sweet. She's got four furies. She has sidestep and 2 weapons. She'd be perfect. And then I put the Dragoon model in instead, because Rapid Strike and that kind of crap.
Yeah, the Dragoon is ridiculous.
Why would I put her? Why would I put her in instead of the Dragoon?
I don't know. The Dragoon is absurd.
He is really silly good with him. When I played with her, I actually played her with Asian. When I did my ASEAN challenge a year and a half ago, she was actually in what ended up being my final ASEAN list, and she'd run a Banshee because the Banshee is one of the few jacks you don't want countercharging because it could muck up the rest of your plans with wailing, and it's sometimes you just need a knockdown gun.
Sure. I mean, I think Chili, your wife, John, said it best.
That guy.
That she is the journeyman warcaster that has absolutely no temptation to her. And what he meant when he said that was she doesn't have a gun. She doesn't have anything that she really wants to go and do because she's so worthless. that you have absolutely no reason to ever get here near the front line, and then she dies. So it's kind of perfect, right?
Yeah.
If your goal is to put a heavy warjack on her, I actually played against a gentleman playing Ron with her. And,
Hey, Ron!
Hey! and he had a Phoenix on her. And it actually was really good because she stayed way far back. She just fed the Phoenix focus every turn. It shot for the first couple turns of the game. And then on his feet turn, he pulled in one of my heavies, turned it around, and then the Phoenix came up and killed it. So, like, it's in that respect, I feel like she's perfect. Because
Did she convection anything?
Oh, Jesus Christ, no. like, as we said, she has no temptation, right? Like, who's going to try and convection anything it was for?
I believe I convectioned once.
How'd it go?
Once.
Did she die the next turn?
No, actually, I convectioned a model that had just gotten too close, killed it, put a focus on the Banshee. Banshee knocked something down. But it was one model, not like a unit, so it's corner case as hell.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess if you play a Phoenix, you could kind of use convection a little bit.
And Ron with the fully boosted for the convection, so she could cast two of them and give it 2 focus afterwards. There's some temptation
and
there,
then can boost hit damage with its gun.
So
yeah,
so I actually really like her with Ron.
All right, so
okay.
Should we go ahead and build this god awful abortion of a? I'm sorry, that's a terrible word. Should we build this god awful what will be an amazing list because it's on Painting with Menoth John list with Ron as our centerpiece?
Yeah. I mean, I'm telling you, I played against the guy. I think it was my first round against Greece, and he had her with Ron, and it was actually like pretty sweet.
We are totally going to go that direction.
And if you decide to put battle charged up, a Phoenix countercharging, late in the turn into a good spot to combust next turn is, or whatever it is, it's really good.
It could be very, very solid.
Look at all those Menoth lists.
Yeah, I had to basically. Yeah, I had to. Well, that's because we didn't get to the troll lists, which there's like 40,000 of. By the way, I can't even think of a reason to play Menoth anymore. All right, so let's get Ron.
Had the highest percentage.
I know they did because everybody brought things that Menoth loves to kill, unfortunately. But we're not going to go there. God damn it. So here's a solo, and there's Alara, and she's gonna have a Phoenix attached to her.
I'd give her a Phoenix.
Let's give her a Phoenix. Well. You know what, Phoenix?
I'm down.
That's some silly ass shit right there. So we're gonna go ahead and give that to her. By the way, I'd like as president of Warmachine and Hordes, just for the record, I want to be official about this. I'm gonna use my official voice. I'm gonna tighten down my microphone and everything now. I am going to change the rules in the next errata to allow Jack Marshals to marshal character Jacks.
Why would you want to do that?
Because then I could marshal them. With
what about Triumph?
Triumph should be marshaled all the fucking time because it's underused, and we are the special snowflake of podcasts.
And he really should be at least 1 point cheaper. I mean, I like Triumph. I can go on a rant about how I think Triumph is not bad, but he's unfortunately also not good.
So, all right, we're talking about Alara, the combat thong of the third chamber, and so we've got Adeptus Ron. Hey, Ron! Jesus Christ, I'm gonna go blind during this show. And we have Alara, the turbo chamber of the third type, and a Phoenix.
So we definitely want Ron to have an arc node. I think we can come back to that, though, whether or not we want it to be a Phoenix or we want it to be a Chimera.
We can come back to that.
So I don't think we need to be there just yet.
Yeah.
I think we definitely want at least 1 unit of Battle Mages. I'm not a big fan of running 2 in lists because if you run into someone that's big anti-magic, they just don't do anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Chromac, Druids, Mena.
And honestly, rather than the second unit, I'd rather have the solos anyways, because those guys are amazing.
Yeah. So I would definitely go ahead, John, and add in a unit of Battle Mages.
Got him.
And then, excellent. And then I would definitely play 2 Magisters as well.
Okay, we got those guys. Love those guys.
I love those guys.
You know who I'm completely in love with recently. Now that I've been playing Tyrone a lot, and you guys can decide if you want to join me in this. Is the Artificer? And
yes,
go ahead, buddy.
No, so I especially like it here because it's really going to help keep Alara alive.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So if we're trying to use a Phoenix on Alara, and we need to be careful about her dying because that's 13 points that is in this nice little package of 14-14, I think that guy is very important to keep her alive.
Isn't
He
she
also
15, 14?
Sure. Not very high defense. Not very high.
Same level of death.
A boosted gun will still kill her.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Whereas at defense 17, like now rad 6 guns, 11s, now you have a 50% chance to live.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, that's...
We still have half a list here, guys. We are still a half a list here.
So we definitely want 2 Arcanists.
Okay.
You're going to want one to power, 1 to hot cup of coffee is what we call it. I'm not actually sure what it's actually called. Plus 2 power the Phoenix. And then you're definitely going to want one to, at the very least, run Ron's Arc Node. So definitely 2 Arcanists, which can hang out with your Artificer as well.
Absolutely.
So I'm really digging his inclusion. And then my question is, what do you want to put Polarity Shield on, right?
Oh.
So is it Halberdiers? Is it Invictors? Is it Infiltrators? How do we want to go with this? I kind of like the Infiltrator idea because you get Force Field.
It depends on how you want to do it. If your concept for the list is to provide a hard push, then you put it on Infiltrators. I think that the Halberdiers are an interesting one because they can walk and shield wall the 9 inches, and to make them non-chargeable, they can also hide a lot of crap behind them because they can provide a very large wall of stuff that all of a sudden cannot be charged, which then puts those charge angles way the fuck on the outsides. So it's
I kind of like
Halberdiers
Infiltrators because of the meta, the way the meta goes. And honestly, this might change if you're based near the list, but with, Haley 3 being a thing and a lot of upkeeps going around, I like completely ignoring upkeeps. It's good stuff.
Sure. So let me propose Invictors here.
okay.
If the idea of the list is we take Battle Mages, we take Ron's Feet, we take a heavy, we pull it in, and then we kill it with a Phoenix or something. And then the next turn we take another heavy and we pull it in and we kill it with, let's say we put another Phoenix on Ron. If this is our game plan, having a ranged unit that can't be charged is really, really good. So kind of on that first turn where you engage, you can mini feet with them, you can shoot 14 inches. They go up to rat 7 with a reroll on their fail to hit at POW 14. Like, they'll kill a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I will never argue against Invictors. As far as I'm concerned, I think they're one of the most solid ranged units in the game. I think that mini feat that they bring to the party, along with the fact that they can CRA, really is a powerful combination.
I really like it, and if our plan is to put a second Phoenix on Ron, which I think it is at this point, it does give us 2 reach heavies to trigger their flank.
I will never argue against Invictors.
Nor will I. Guns, I'm in.
Yeah, so it gives us a really solid shooting base between the Invictors, the 2 Phoenix guns, which are boostable POW 14 damage rolls, and then you can either push stuff away with the Battle Mages, or you can just reel in a heavy to kill the Phoenix. So I like this idea a lot.
So, let me propose something that might be a little bit non-synergistic, but something that I found has worked pretty well with my Tyrone list. Is we're sitting. It's not going to work. I don't have enough points. The package I use with my Tyrone is I use a Sentinels with a Banshee combination because a Prontoed Banshee is annoying as fuck.
It's true.
And
go up there, shoot something, knock it down, walk away.
Yeah, or completely hose up somebody's ability to charge into your Tenderloin, which is bad times.
It's also a good assassination starter. Like, oh, I hit your caster, boom, knocked down. Now it's assassination. Oh, I missed. Pronto away.
See, in the Invictors, they don't have the same drive. They don't have that Pronto drive, so it's not. Yeah. You can't quite get away with it. Interesting.
I think since we're going with Alara, we gotta go with what she's got. I think we stay on the Invictors.
I don't disagree at all.
So I think at this point we're pretty set on another Phoenix on Ron.
All right, let's get that guy out there. Let's get that guy out there.
We could do we have 17 points. That's actually Chimera. You could do Chimera Banshee.
Yeah,
right, so let me get that. Let me get that Phoenix out there. All right, so we got 7 points left. Do we want to look at a Sphinx?
I don't think you need the 2 to hit, though it would definitely turn on Alara's conviction.
I feel like you're
Woo!
shooting.
Let's build a list to turn that on.
I feel like if you weren't actually going with the Phoenix and Alara, a Sphinx would be a good choice for this list also if you needed this 3 point somewhere else.
Sure.
The Sphinx
We
is
do have 6
maybe.
points here.
Well, we have 7, yeah.
7 points. I'm calling 2 Mage Hunter Assassins.
I'm always good with that.
With TK, they can really get places. And then we need a Silas here, and then we got 1 point left.
I'd say put Solus on the Invictors.
Yep, I love it.
All right, so
Until
we're
the
going to
Void
get
Tracer
Silas,
comes out, then he'd become an option, but...
and then a Solus on the Invictors.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Oh my god, I love this list. All right, so here we go. Here we go, folks. Cronies, this will be arriving in your if you join the patreon.com/menothjohn, you're going to get this list in its entirety. This is Adeptus Ron with Silas, Wish You Were Here. A Phoenix. You've got Alara of the Combat Thong driving a Phoenix because fuck yeah. We have House Shield Magister, Mega Mittens, otherwise known as the House Shield Artificer, because I explain my colloquialisms, unlike some might not.
Oh my god.
2 shots fired.
Yeah.
That's all I do. That's all I do. Fuck. 2 Arcanists. We've got 2 Mage Hunter Assassins, the hottest solos in the game. We have the House Shield Battle Mages, because, frankly, with all the other shit in this list,
Yeah.
they're probably going to get ignored. The Invictors, the Invictor Officer and Standard, because sniped Invictors for free, 1 turn, super legit, and a Solus Escort to keep the nonsense off of them. This is powerful, awesome crap I can run tomorrow. That is some good shit.
I like it.
I
Yeah,
love
I'd play
it. This is a great list that makes Alara one of the more challenging solos to figure out what to do with. Really fun and powerful.
Well, I don't know about powerful, but
Shh.
she at least runs a Phoenix.
Shh.
Yeah.
We're trying to make an illusion here, Will. Come on. We're trying to make people feel good about it, at least a little bit.
No, I mean, I feel like this is a legitimate use of her.
Yeah.
I do too.
And whether or not you cast the countercharge thing, I don't know. I feel like you just
that sort of
end up-
depends on how you play and what you feel. Like if they've got a lot of guns, you don't spend the focus on that. Forget that. You're gonna need that extra camp. If they don't have a lot of guns, maybe you use it. But that's
feel like-
sort of the.
Here's
For
why I
almost
say
every time you're going to charge out of your control area.
Yeah, well, here,
Yeah, but you can come back into the control area if you feel it. I mean, it's that standard thing. You don't. I know a lot of people get into this, if X, do Y, but really, when you get to that next level, there's multiple steps. Like, oh, did the Phoenix go up and kill a bunch of dudes? You feel safe? Wander back into the control area. If you feel like that's not going to work, don't have that. Drop that spell. You know.
Sure.
I think there's some fun to be had with that list. And at the end of the day, the thing that we preach more than anything else here at Painting with Menoth John is we have a good time. And I will tell you that I've painted all of the models in this list, and each and every one of them, especially Alara, is a damn good time to paint. Alara is very evocative. She's got a great pose, and she created one of the greatest sort of, I don't know, things that we talk about here on Painting with Menoth John, the tactical combat thong. And she's good times fun. So patrons, expect to see the Ron Alara list in your email tomorrow, because that's how we work shit here, because I've already had enough to drink. I'm not doing post-production tonight. So, you know, that's Drunk Dojo for tonight, folks. What do you think about that, guys?
Seems good.
Successful. I'd play either list. Looking
Excellent.
forward to 'em.
Chain Attack Trev just went live. Counter to us. Yeah, good luck with that, Trev. We own Sunday night, bitches. So, anyway, you know, we're to this point where I'm probably not gonna. We're not gonna do any more drunk dojo tonight. But John, I think that we should save some of the other suggestions that came up as a part of this that were by the cronies, by the brushheads. Let's save those to do a special. What do you
Sure
think
thing.
about that?
Consider them saved.
I think that Bubba Dalton and Rich would be happy to come on with us. Maybe we'll do a midweek thing. Who knows what'll happen? You know,
Just
we'll have
not this week.
no,
Just
not this week. Not this week. We'll have llamas in the studio. Perhaps we'll have I'll have a bear in the back. You never know. Yeah, I could have animals. I could.
I'll shoot
I'll
you.
hold
I'll
it.
shoot you the list of what we got, and maybe we can get some particular guests for some casts.
Oh, that'd be
based
amazing.
on what we're dojoing. You know.
You know, if there are any Signar models, I know that
No.
Chain Attack J has committed to come on there. Chili has agreed to come on. So we have a few people that we can call on. We'll call them demigods.
I don't know if we need to go that far.
Well, no, we're going to call them demigods. God damn it! And
Lust is going to get angry with you.
what's that?
Lust will get angry with you for calling.
Oh no, he
for
always
calling
likes.
them, yeah.
He always likes. You know, Lust always likes, and that's the thing.
I think Lust knows a joke when he hears one.
Absolutely, we love that guy. We love that guy. He's from Minnesota, but we don't discriminate against Minnesotans much. Fuck that state. Anyway,
I don't know if there's anything good in Minnesota.
fuck that state. So he's a professor there, though. So I guess. Anyway, so let's move on. This was super legit. Holy shit, John! We came up with a Ron list. Hey, Ron, and we also came up with a circle list that
Baldur,
featured Baldur 1. And both of them seem super legit and very fun.
And Baldur's the newest caster I just bought. It's just too bad I can't
Damn.
actually play that list. I don't own some of those models.
What models do you not own, John? Because I might have
I
to.
don't own a single Wold Guardian, and I don't have a second Blackclad yet.
So, John, I think that given the fact that we have been together for 2.5 years, that I should paint you a Wold Guardian. How would you like that?
I'm down.
Okay.
I'm always happy.
I'm going to make you a Wold Guardian. I've painted a few of those over the years. I've enjoyed painting them. They're good times. Is there a specific color you would like the runes to be?
Nah, whatever, man. It's all good.
Okay.
I
So,
haven't even painted my stuff yet. Literally, I just had not Brushhead, the Jason prime all my stuff as a birthday present to me yesterday.
okay. So expect a Wold Guardian from me at Warmachine weekend.
Sweet.
All right. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, hey, Chili's in the chat room. God damn it. That is amazing. My wife
So
has
is James Morehouse.
James Morehouse is in the goddamn. Holy shit! All right, well, I'm about ready to come. So let's move on to the movie section here. You watched The fucking Crow, John.
I did. On your Friday cast, I asked the multitudes of brush heads there
Both of them.
what. Well, there were 3 at that point. what I should watch, The Crow or The Brothers Grimm, and they 2 out of 3 chose The Crow. The third one didn't answer. So hey, it's a majority. Damn it.
So Crow featured some dead guy, right?
Yes. So I'll get that out of the way
Died
first.
filming.
Brandon Lee died in filming, and honestly, I'll give you a deep thought from John Spencer here. Based on reading how it happened, the answer is don't cut corners when you're doing shit. Don't cut corners when you're messing with firearms. Do it the right way.
Okay.
Because basically they cut corners, and instead of actually buying fake rounds, they took the actual bullet off of the casing and emptied out all the black powder, put the bullet back on to make it look legit when they're aiming the revolver at the camera. They actually fired it once, got the bullet stuck in the barrel because it had still had a live percussion cap. So when they put the blank in,
Is that how he died?
they fired it, and it fired that it dislodged that bullet and hit him in the abdomen, and he died on the operating table.
I'll be goddamn.
So
You stupid
Don't
motherfuckers.
cut corners. when dealing with firearms.
Mhm.
Do it the right way. Because we lost an actor who arguably was just coming into his prime, and having seen all of his movies, I really enjoyed the hell out of him.
He had a lot of potential. Not as much
Yeah.
potential as my beard, though. I have to mention by the fact that my goatee is particularly magnificent tonight. I want to point that out. It is fucking amazing. Look at that. Anyway, going back to Justin
Crow.
Lee, or whatever his fucking
Oh.
name was. Jason Lee?
Brandon Lee.
Whatever.
Brandon.
Whatever. Fucking goth guy. Whatever.
So, The Crow is based off a comic book of the same name, written by James O'Barr there in the early '90s. It's basically your sort of standard supernatural revenge, theme, but it's just done very well. The movie's handled very seriously for the most part. I'm not going to say they have any great actors in the movie because that might be selling it a bit too far. But what they have is some journeymen like Ernie Hudson and some guys who just do a fine job. If you're a fan of 80s and early 90s movies, you'll watch the movie and go like, oh, I recognize that guy, I recognize that guy. A bunch of people you recognize and for a lot of the roles.
Like Alara of the Turbo Chamber.
Something
Journeyman.
like that, yeah.
Exactly.
So it's a good movie. It's really cool because Brandon Lee is a very accomplished martial artist, being the son of Bruce Lee. And he doesn't actually use martial arts much in this movie, which is very cool because, you don't be typecast. It was a lot more brawling stuff, He's basically like this undead revenant going and killing all the guys who killed him and his fiancée. Like I said, very simple story. They do it really well. I actually feel like the main bad guy, who's, I'm not going to remember his name, but you'll see him, you'll recognize him. You're like, oh, that guy, he's been in a bunch of movies. He was almost out of place in the movie. It's like they needed to change it up, and they couldn't have the revenge story take long enough for an entire movie, so they had to sort of tack the extra bad guy on the end. It doesn't really detract from the movie, but if you sit there and sit back and watch it, you're like, he's a little out of place in this. It seems like that was sort of sequel territory. Shockingly, this movie did get a sequel. Obviously, Brandon Lee was not in it.
Brendan Lee
actually had,
as the dude that didn't move the entire movie because he was already fucking dead.
They actually did get like 4 sequels or something stupid like that. So this is a good movie. It's very, if you will, goth or emo, but it's done pretty well in general. There you go. Michael Wincott is top dollar, the bad guy. He's very amusing. There's some good quotable lines in this. I'm not going to call it a fun movie, but it is a good, solid movie, a good time. And like I love, it doesn't overstay its welcome. It's only about an hour and 40 minutes long, hour and 45 minutes long.
It's 102 minutes long, by the way.
Hour 42, yeah. So there you go. So not too long. It's a good watch. I wouldn't do it when you're feeling a little bit down because it is between him dying during the filming and the subject matter. It is a little bit of a downer. But good movie. I'm going to give it a shot at Kraken because, like I said, a little bit of seems like the story's a little disjointed with the main bad guy at the end, and some of the graphics are obviously 80s and or early 90s, and they're not up to snuff nowadays. But it really doesn't detract from the movie. But if you're a big fan of the newer movies and how good some of the graphics are getting, it will be a little obvious.
Can I argue with that? So, The Crow, how many shots of Kraken are you giving The Crow?
1 shot.
1 shot of Kraken. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're feeling a little dark, you want to get your goth on, and a shot of Kraken, I recommend The Crow. John,
and based on what Chili says in the chat room, he mentioned Showdown in Little Tokyo, which is another Brandon Lee movie, and that's Brandon Lee and Dolph Lundgren, and that movie is super legit. It is the epitome of 80s action movie done in the early 90s.
Is it super sweet?
It is super sweet. Holy crap.
Oh my God, it's super sweet and totally legit?
Yes.
Fucking A. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Showdown in Little Tokyo. I'm thinking, John, we haven't done a Painting with Menoth John movie club in a long time. We
have not.
Do we need to do Showdown in Little Tokyo?
It might be a little hard to find. I don't know if it's on Netflix or anything, but let me take a quick look and decide. I mean, we can do it if you want.
Perhaps if this is not a free one, John, maybe this is something that we can spread the love, and we can help you with a little bit, and we can make this happen.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely make it happen. I mean, let me just take a quick look here. I need to.
Yes,
Go to a
the Flash
website.
Gordon shirt is super sweet and totally
Yeah,
legit.
duh.
Just to let you know, it is also totally
Of course.
legit. So there you go. We're going to look into perhaps doing a Painting with Mouth John movie club for the Showdown in Little Tokyo, because Chili, I have not seen that. And if my wife tells me that is something worth watching, we should do it.
Oh, you absolutely should. Yeah, it's not available, but for Christ's sakes, you can get it packaged in a double feature with Bloodsport starring Jean-Claude Van Damme for $7. So,
Is that on Amazon.com?
of course it is.
Okay, send me a link to that on the PM channel. That is the super secret double ultra. We use the CIA encryption on that, and make sure that I have that so that I can go buy that. Also, Flesh Gordon is not what we are going to watch, Brother Scott. Just saying, no power pasties. No power pasties on this show. We're a family-oriented show because we say fuck at least 15 times a show.
Absolutely.
Minimum.
So, fuck, I don't know what else to talk about. It's 8:21. We have the brother.
Did you guys watch any movies? Come on. I can't be the only one here.
Let me see.
I didn't watch any movies.
I watched The Angry Red Planet with my kids and with Belinda Librarian. We fell asleep, and it's an interesting movie. To be honest with you, Angry Red Planet is an interesting movie because the guy was given 10 days to shoot the movie, and he had a total budget of $200,000, and it was shot in 1959. And it is a story of it's actually a really good story. So I'm going to drop a plot on you, and then, let's ignore the execution for a second, but let's talk about the plot. So the Earth sends a rocket to Mars because that didn't happen in the mid 1950s. But what happened was that they lost track of it, and then all of a sudden they got contact again. Sort of like Event Horizon, kind of, but around Mars. And
Event Horizon.
yeah, except nothing like Event Horizon. But so they went down, and it was essentially a crew of a misogynist, a mook from Brooklyn, a red-haired chick, and the typical scientist. And it was super legit and super sweet. And thank you for that link, by the way, John. And so they go down there and they encounter stationary pictures that attack them.
That sounds exciting.
Wait, what?
Yeah, stationary pictures attack. There's all of the sets were essentially paintings. And because they didn't have any money for special effects. And the way that they did it was they made everything red because they were on Mars. And this bat spider thing attacked them. And it was bad. And a thing came out of the ocean that caused them to have sponges and soap around them that was eating their hull happened. And then they got back to Earth. 2 of the 4 of them got back to Earth. I'm not going to tell you which one in case you want to watch it. So, I give it 3 shots of Kraken to help you sleep, and it's one of those mid 1950s sci-fi movies that you probably ought to watch just to kind of see where we came from. But I recommend more highly When Worlds Collide and also the original War of the Worlds. Those are one-shots. So, anyway, Angry Red Planet, don't watch it unless you hate yourself. So, there you go.
Fair enough.
I would like to state for the record that Sherwin, also of the KR Multicase and the Guild Ball, watched Turkish Star Wars this week,
Oh God.
Why would he do that?
and he's all in. By the way, he described it as
Turkish Star Wars.
he
Oh, my Lord.
he described it as looking down the. He described it as not being able to look away in the same way you can't look at a car crash.
Yeah.
And John, I think that one of the things we need to do during Warmachine Weekend is have a Turkish Star Wars watch-in with the Brushheads.
If only someone had that on some sort of playable disc. Oh.
Oh, that guy right there, there it is. So, ladies and gentlemen,
I
maybe
don't
we
even know
ought
why I
to...
still have this. It even made the move with me.
So, can you bring a laptop with you, John?
That would be difficult. I
Okay.
do not own one.
Okay, so you need a DVD player. I will bring a DVD player, and we will have Turkish Star Wars as a Brushhead get-together sometime during
God help us all.
the course
Sometimes
of
late at
Warmachine
night,
Weekend.
bring alcohol for the love of God.
All the alcohol. Bring all the alcohol and bring it to us, and we will drink it with you, and it'll be amazing. So,
Yes.
Will, we made it through another one of these episodes.
We always make it, John.
I love
always
it.
make
I love you, Will. And I want to thank you very much for being a part of my show, because we're just a show about nothing.
That's my favorite kind of show.
It's
Yep.
we
We
don't
have a
talk
good time doing nothing.
we don't talk a lot about tech, but tonight we talked more about tech. And we drink a lot of rum. We talk about shitty movies. And
Which is my favorite genre of movie.
oh my god, shitty movies are the best. By the way, I think right now, while I'm kind of getting things ready for the post-production, I'm going to put on Mad Max Fury Road, which is not a shitty movie, which is an amazing
buy
fucking
that.
movie.
I need to buy that. I've seen it several times, but I haven't purchased it yet.
I can't watch it enough. And, maybe we should watch that during Warmachine Weekend, too. I don't know. We'll watch something, and it'll happen.
I saw the best review of that on YouTube from Nostalgia Critic. It was super legit. Look it up. I might share it this Wednesday as the co-host video of the week if nothing else pops
Please
my
do.
interest, but we'll see.
Folks, if you are listening to this and you are not subscribing to the Painting with Menoth John Facebook page, you are missing out on 50% of the content, because my co-host, the Mo-host, puts that stuff up every week. Get out there. He's going to give you something you have not seen before, you have not experienced before. It is great. It is better than Cats. You'll watch it over and over again.
There you go.
So
Though
It's
the
better
bonus
than
video
Cats.
may not be better than Cats.
That's
but
totally
I
better
suggest
than
you watch
Cats.
the bonus video.
if you want pictures of my magnificent beard, make sure that you subscribe, become a patron. All patrons get a picture of my beard, and we're gonna have it's the end of the show. God damn it.
Yes, Brett Painter, we will drink the mead. I have the mead. I will bring it to Warmachine Weekend. It will be drunk.
There you
Good
go.
boy.
Speaking of drunk, ladies and gentlemen, we got the music going. It's the end of the show. Shit.
These are the transitions we always look for, right, John?
Yeah.
That's right. The smooth transition from the ending to the end. We do that.
Naked cats are evil. And, we're going to be at Warmachine Weekend. We're going to do this shit live. And you can only imagine what that's going to be like. So, I encourage all of the Brushheads to come to Warmachine Weekend. We're not going to have anything for you, but show up anyway. And we'll be there. And we're going to do things, and it'll be fun. We'll paint. We'll talk about painting. We'll drink. It's gonna be amazing, and we'll have music. We can all sing along. So it'll be like it'll be like a bunch of hippies, only with rum. So anyway, I'm Menoth John. This is the end of the fucking show. Thanks, Will Pagani, for being a part of the show. Thanks, John Spencer, for being a part of the show. Have a good fucking week. Whatever.
Yeah.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.